Hi everyone, I'm sorry that it's taken me a while to do this follow-up video to the Skyzone SKY02 3D FPV kit, but to be honest with you, I had a bit of issues with the supplier. They didn't want to pay for the return shipping. Their communication was okay, but you know, it was basically a big drama, and in the end it cost me like an extra $100 US to do the return of the bad units that I got and get these ones. But on the upshot, I did convince them that because of all my trouble, I deserved the new updated V3, which is the white version. If you didn't see my first review of the V2s, just click on the link on screen now, and I'll suggest that you watch that first before you watch this one, because there's a few things that with this unboxing and teardown I'm going to skip over because I've already done it, and I know that a lot of the components in this are the same. So yeah, the first thing still doesn't instill a lot of confidence is the spelling mistakes. You know, for a $530 package, you would at least expect them to fix the spelling mistakes in the box. Basically, just to help them out, I corrected all the spelling mistakes and sent a fixed up version to them, and still on the V3, it's basically exactly the same box. They've just stuck a V3 sticker on there, and that is just a sticker when I fill that with my finger. So everything else is the same, except you'll notice that now it says SKY02-W. And that's the awesome thing about these. So let's open the box up, and everything's looking the same here. Again, like just little signs of quality control, like this stitching here is bad. Like for a $500+ product, I expect, I'm sorry if I'm asking for too much, but like I don't expect to see stuff like this. Like where the black stitching has been pulled up through the plastic emblem, and you know, little loose threads. I don't know if you can see that, but anyway, this is, you know, these were the alarm bells that got me ringing on the first teardown. When you read through all the forums about these products, you'll see that it's like plagued with problems. So anyway, let's give them a chance. Let's open it up. First, I'll just point out that all the cables that you get are identical to the one in my previous teardown. The only difference being that they've gone the extra mile and given you two white antennas to match. Wait for it, wait for it. The white goggles. Oh, sexy. And I have to say that these are much better than the black ones. They're a vast improvement. And they are, I won't say the same, but they're really similar in look and feel as far as the casing goes to the Fat Sharks now. Let me just show you next to the Dominators. Here is the Fat Shark Dominator HD. And as far as the finish of the plastic goes, they're pretty much identical now. I guess one thing in comparison is that the buttons on the Skyzones are where you would grab them if you were going to pull them down off your face or something like that. Whereas the Dominator HD and the Dominator V2s have them more into the center, so you're not going to accidentally bump them, which I think is a slightly better design. With the Fat Sharks, you get the dual eye cups. And with the Skyzone, you get the single eye cup. And I have to say that I actually do like the feel of the Skyzone better on my face, because I think the pressure of the whole goggle is spread more out. Whereas on here, you take them off and you've got these like suction cup rings on your face. But in saying that, the new Dominator V3 has used a faceplate. So I'll be interested to see how the Dominator V3 stacks up to the Skyzone V3. Oh my God, there's so many different models and stuff coming out. So anyway, enough of the Dominator HDs. Let's get back to the Skyzone. As I said before, they do feel much better put together. It may be just purely psychological with the white plastic, but it just feels like a more finished product and a better design product like this. Before, with the black version, it was like this almost rubberized plastic, and the rubber peels off, and it just wasn't good. So yeah, this is a definite big improvement. Now, the other thing that they claim to have improved is a lot of users were reporting when using them in diversity mode, because that is one of the other excellent design features about these compared to the Fat Sharks, is that there's 2 receivers that can work in diversity. And basically that just means that the goggles will display the image from the receiver that has the strongest link, and it will automatically switch between the 2. Now, one of the problems that people have been reporting is a mismatch between the images in brightness. And apparently this has been fixed in this version. Another thing that's supposedly been fixed in this version is the IPD adjustment. And again, if you look at my previous teardown, you will see that it was super dodgy, like they were loose and wobbly. And I can happily report that on this version, this seems to have been vastly improved again and really tightened up. Like that play that you could see in my other video is just not there at all. So okay, let's just quickly pull it apart. So the design does look pretty much identical as far as the layout of the goggles and the features. There's nothing that's really changed. So let's see if in this one I actually get 3 screws. That'd be fun, rather than 1 missing. Hey, what do you know? I actually got 3 screws. Okay, now straight off the bat, there's a little bit more attention to detail, it seems, on these ones. There's this shielding tape here, which was not in the last version that I opened up. I can only assume that it's for shielding. It may also be for anti-reflection, but no, it looks carbonized, and it looks like it's for some electromagnetic shielding. Now let's have a look at the board. And for all you guys playing along at home in HD, you can see here that the board revision is SKY02 mainboard 2015, 10th of March. And this is definitely a completely new board revision from the previous one that I had, which was labeled the 5th of January. So it's good to know that they have actually respun the board and made some kind of improvements there. Now, unfortunately, I don't have the other older copy to do a side-by-side comparison. Now, we can still see like this cheap board finishing. You can see the routing marks where they, snap the board away. Yeah, I mean, it's not a beautiful circuit board. You can see here there's a provision for a metal shielding can, which is not being used for whatever reason. I'm not really sure. Now, one thing that I can say is that I've compared the layout to my other video, and it looks to be the same on this layer, but there's a component here that is not placed, which was in my V2 goggles. So yeah, I mean, I guess the best way to judge these is in how they perform. The manufacturing quality on the inside looks pretty much the same as the other ones. I would even say that the quality of the wave soldering is not as good on this one. You can see like some of the little components here are not perfectly placed, and some blobby solder here, which wasn't really evident on the other teardown that I did. But one thing that I will say, what I like about the Skyzones is the fact that they have the dual receiver, and the fact that you can have 1 receiver for each eye, which basically is what's giving you the 3D capability. The one thing that I would like to see is to be able to use side-by-side 3D with diversity. To me, that would be really amazing. And another thing that I would like to see is for them to release an OSD module, because OSD modules with 3D, the only ones that I know of are the NerdCam. So if you want an OSD, either you're only going to have it in 1 eye, or you need to install 2 OSDs, which seems a bit crazy. So yeah, to sum it up, I think that they have definitely been listening to the users, and I think that they definitely have made some improvements. I still think that the quality of the manufacturing is not as good as the Fat Shark products. However, how they perform, I'm really going to have to do some testing. So I promise you guys, I am going to do a follow-up video doing a range test, doing a diversity test, and doing a 3D test. I'm really busy with my business at the moment, and whenever I get a chance, I'll make a sneaky video here and there. But yeah, if you want to see the actual performance test, just subscribe to my channel. Give me a thumbs up while you're there. And I hope you guys got something out of this. To Skyzone, I say, yep, it's good that you guys are listening. And if these actually work and the problems are fixed, well, I can already say the IPD adjustment seems to be fixed and the quality of the casing has jumped up in leaps and bounds. If you guys keep in this direction, then you're going to have a product which people will want to buy. So, yep, that's a good thing. Anyway, guys, I have rambled on enough for now, and I need to go back and do some work after I've edited this. So I just quickly show you guys what's on my bench at the moment and what I'm planning on making some videos about. I've got this Mad Labs Grasshopper mini frame, which is really cool. It's got some good innovations. Obviously, this is not finished being put together yet, but some things that I really like about it is the way that they have done the frame spacing and the tilted arms and the 3D printed camera mount that comes supplied with it. So I might make a little video on that. I might do a time-lapse build video or something like that. Some other things that I have is I have the NerdCam 3D Mark I. I'm going to do a review video of that working with the Dominator HDs coming up real soon. And I've got a few other bits and pieces lying around. So yeah, if that looks like something you might be interested in, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll put some links up now of some of my other videos. Check them out while you're waiting for some new ones to upload. All right, thanks a lot. Catch you next time.